Bred in royal palaces, gifted to a U.S. president, and worshipped as vessels for royal souls. The Siamese cat has spent 700 years convincing humans they're in the presence of something extraordinary, and honestly, they're not wrong. Let's start at the very beginning, because the Siamese cat has one of the most remarkable histories of any domestic cat breed on the planet. These cats originated in Thailand, which was historically known as Siam, and that is where the breed gets its name. Ancient manuscripts from Thailand, some dating back to the 1300s, contain illustrations that closely resemble the Siamese cats we know today. These documents, known as the Tamra May or the Cat Book poems, depict pale-coated cats with darker markings on their extremities, a breed-defining characteristic. For centuries, Siamese cats were considered sacred animals in Thailand. They were kept in royal palaces and temples, and it was believed that when a royal or high-ranking person died, their soul would pass into a Siamese cat. The cat would then live out its days being pampered in a temple, carrying that royal spirit. Siamese cats began making their way to the Western world in the late 1800s. One of the most famous early accounts involves a Siamese cat named Siam, who was given as a gift to the wife of the American Consul General in Bangkok around 1878. This cat made it all the way to the White House and belonged to President Rutherford B. Hayes. In England, Siamese cats were shown at one of the earliest cat shows at Crystal Palace in 1871. People were absolutely captivated, though some early descriptions called them rather unsettling in appearance, which just goes to show how unfamiliar Western audiences were with these striking animals. By the early 1900s, the breed had firmly established itself in Europe and America. The modern Siamese is a sleek, elegant, almost sculpture-like cat. They have a long, tubular body, long legs, a long neck, and a long, tapering tail. Their head is wedge-shaped, forming a perfect triangle from the tip of the nose to the ears, and those ears are large and pointed, sitting wide on the head. Their eyes are perhaps their most striking feature, almond-shaped and always a deep, vivid blue. That blue eye color is genetically linked to the same gene that causes their coat pattern, which we'll talk about in just a moment. There is also an older style Siamese known as the traditional or applehead Siamese, which has a rounder face, a stockier body, and a generally less extreme appearance than the modern show-style cat. Many people actually prefer the traditional style, which is softer and rounder, more like the Siamese cats of historical photographs. Both types share the same essential personality and color characteristics, so the choice between them really comes down to personal preference. The Siamese color is scientifically fascinating. Siamese cats have a genetic mutation that makes their color temperature sensitive. The enzyme responsible for pigment production in Siamese cats is heat sensitive, meaning it only works in cooler parts of the body. The warmer central body remains pale, while the cooler extremities, such as the face, ears, paws, and tail, develop darker coloring. These darker areas are called points. Siamese kittens are born completely white because the womb is warm enough to suppress all pigmentation. As they age and those extremities cool down, the color develops. There are 4 main point colors that are officially recognized. Seal point is the classic, with a warm cream body and very dark brown, almost black points. Chocolate point features a lighter ivory body with milk chocolate-colored points. The blue point has a cool white to bluish-white body with slate-gray points. And lilac point, which is the lightest of all, has a glacial white body with pinkish-gray points. All 4 varieties share those iconic blue eyes, and each is equally striking in its own way. Although not recognized by show standards, Siamese-like points have been bred with other cats, resulting in more color choices such as red, lynx point with gray striped pattern, and even calicos. Now, let's get into behavior, because this is really where the Siamese cat separates itself from almost every other breed. These cats are talkers. Siamese cats have a voice unlike any other domestic cat. It is loud and similar to a human baby crying, which is either endearing or annoying, depending on your perspective. They use this voice constantly. They will tell you when they're hungry, when they want attention, when they're bored, when something is not to their liking. If you want a quiet, independent cat, a Siamese may not be a good choice for you. They are highly social. Siamese cats crave interaction and companionship more than almost any other breed. They form incredibly strong bonds with their primary person and will follow you from room to room, sleep with you, sit next to you while you work, and demand your attention with impressive persistence. This loyalty is genuinely touching, but it also means that Siamese cats do not handle being left alone for long periods very well. They can develop anxiety, destructive behaviors, and depression if they are regularly isolated. For this reason, many Siamese owners either work from home, have another pet in the house, or make sure someone is around throughout the day. They are also highly intelligent and playful well into adulthood. Siamese cats can learn tricks, figure out puzzle feeders, open doors, and generally find ways to entertain themselves that you might not appreciate. Interactive toys and regular play sessions are essential for this breed. Keep a Siamese stimulated, and they are a joy. Leave them bored, and they will redecorate your home in ways that you may not appreciate. On the health side, Siamese cats are generally healthy, but they do have some predispositions worth noting. They can be prone to respiratory issues, particularly when young. Progressive retinal atrophy, a condition that can lead to vision loss, has been documented in the breed. Siamese cats also have a higher rate of certain heart conditions, including hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. Amyloidosis, a disease that affects organ function, particularly the liver, is another condition that is more common in Siamese than in many other breeds. Dental disease can also be an issue, so regular dental care is important. On average, a well-cared-for Siamese can live anywhere from 15 to 20 years, and many live even longer. So this is a long-term commitment you're making when you bring one home. There are pros and cons to owning a Siamese cat, as this breed is not for everyone. Starting with the positives, Siamese cats are extraordinarily affectionate, and bonding with one is a deeply rewarding experience. They are intelligent, which makes them engaging and endlessly interesting to live with. Their striking appearance turns heads and starts conversations. They are generally good with children and other pets, and loyal to their people. On the flip side, the vocality is a deal-breaker for some people. If you live in an apartment with thin walls or you simply value peace and quiet, a Siamese will challenge that daily. Their high need for social interaction means they are not a great fit for someone who travels frequently or works very long hours away from home. They do require mental stimulation and play, so they need an engaged owner. And their tendency to bond so deeply means that rehoming a Siamese can be genuinely traumatic for the cat, so you want to be very sure before you commit. If you get an adult Siamese from someone rehoming it or from the pound, be prepared for a long and difficult adjustment period. The Siamese cat is one of those animals that feels almost mythological, ancient enough to appear in medieval manuscripts, beloved by royalty across continents and centuries, carrying a genetic quirk that literally paints them with temperature, and possessing a personality so large and demanding and loving that they permanently change the way their owners think about cats. If you want a relationship with your cat, a genuine back and forth, a companion who notices when you come home and has opinions about it, the Siamese is waiting for you. If you've enjoyed this video, like and subscribe so you will be notified whenever I post a new video. See you in the next one.